you keep on spending, and then upgrading the system so that it is hard. Tabaki na wale unapata sasa those who are supporting at that time they have got tuberculosis. This is a laptop.
Just one. Wait. Now we start and start left. We are going go very like that. Get to it and really you're okay. Table number one with the one with David. Thank you. Just one.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Do you have a plastic in your house? Plastic item?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Make off? Yes. And that is a brand. Thank you. Now, I think what we learned with my colleague, and maybe it is still fresh in our mind, it is all about the different generations at the workplace. We are supposed to appreciate and embrace all of them at the workplace for us to work smoothly. My colleague also talked about the issue of the boomerangs, how we are supposed to treat them. It also caught in her mind, and she was so much impressed about it. Thank you.
Clash of generations, different generations at workplace, and we should be able to relate with all of them, accommodate all of them. Thank you. Can we clap for that table? Thank you. Yes, sir.
Good morning, everyone. From today's recap, we start with the morning, where it was about industrial relations that through the we were challenges be heard. I believe as a congregation we are at least it's taking into account basics that we still are forward with the industrial. The side of the millennials, believe the conclusion of the day, across all clusters, from boomers up to the, we ought to be asked as managed places, understand of each of that, and ourselves as managers, can we be able to provide their needs so that get like a conclusion way out of sure the best out of right from now up to now the generations of.
Thank you.
Very much.
Thank you. I review the industrial. Come, we don't, the good things, we carry them. Can we clap for that table? Thank you. Yes.
Good morning, all of you.
Morning.
Okay, ours is about on the issue of the trade unions. You find some organizations do have more than one trade union, which is a bit hectic to the management, that's especially the HR team, because you see, like dealing with the various numbers of trade unions, it will be a bit cumbersome to you because you have to look at this, then the other one, then the other one. For example, the universities in Kenya, we also have De La Monte. They have like 2 trade unions compared to other organizations.
Thank you. Can we clap for that table? Multiplicity of trade unions. The table behind you.
Sorry.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Yeah, we learned a lot, and it was a real buffet. But I'll just pick one, and that is the issue of productivity, which was presented by Dr. Omolo. And what we learned is that in a situation where there is stalemate, where there is disharmony in the workplace, work productivity is likely to be impaired. And that will also affect the level of competitiveness. So survival will definitely be threatened, and such a business may not be able to survive. Thank you.
Thank you. Can we clap for that table? Productivity is key, and the disputes, if not resolved, they affect productivity at the work. Thank you.
Everyone.
Can we clap for her first who was taking the microphone?
Good from response of the current business, taking into consideration new constitution, the SR, also the cost to business of using the industrial charter as it is today. So we learned a lot, and we are hoping that all the things we discussed are going to be put into making the industrial charter better for the current business environment.
Thank you. Let's clap and appreciate her. The relevance of the industrial charter to the business environment, the current business environment, the spirit of industrial relations.
Everyone.
Morning.
For us, what came calling it a clash. A clash, it's like where nations are fighting in the organization. For us, how can we all work for generations, soon get nations together, collaborate and work together, with the other party feeling like, yeah.
Can we appreciate us generate this one? Start from the front. Clash of the nations do so that the industrial relations and productivity. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, now, what we have discussed here, we were told yesterday by a consultant that within the organization, if there is a separation between men and women who are employees, she told us that women suffer most. And it happens that head of human are women. Now, does it mean that women are against other women when it comes to that, or what? That's what we were thinking of.
Thank you. Can we clap for that table? Most of the human resource at workplace are women, and yet women are suffering most. Now that is a challenge to the female human resource managers. Are you the ones pushing for things that are against the women workers, the female workers? Thank you.
Okay, good morning. As we learned that the charter is a very old charter. Actually, we learned that it has been there for the last 36 years. And now it is the time we give out our input on what we need to be in that charter, and we learned the charter as actually everything that we require to sort out our issues in the organization. Though many of us, we've kept it in the drawers in our organizations, it's not displayed anywhere, nobody has the information, so we have to sensitize our staff, we have to circulate it where possible. We have to train even our seniors to, for everybody to understand the charter, so that we can avoid so many issues of going to court when we are not supposed to go to court. It has the grievance procedure. Are we using it? It has the levels of representation. Do we understand what they mean to our organization? The other side, on the issue of future of our workplace, we learned about inclusiveness, the millennials. We need to change our policies, not to become so rigid with things that are becoming outdated. Can we have policies that can accommodate them in our workplace? I think we learned all that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Can we appreciate that table? Two things that, just like this, the disease we always have in Kenya, very good documents, good aspirations, we keep in our drawers and forget about them. And the clash of generations, how we need to manage it. Thank you.
Morning, everyone. What we learned from yesterday on the Industrial Relations Charter is there is need for us to have a look at it again in terms of the changing times, technology, and also in light of the future of work. Also, what we need to be able to look at is there other players come in as opposed to players of the things that we also need to look at.
Welcome,
as we're looking.
yes. Welcome our judge. Thank you. Just 1 minute. Thank you. We have our judge, Justice Maureen Onyango, the principal judge of the Employment and Labor Relations Court, who has arrived and joined us. Can we appreciate our judge for joining us? Thank you. Justice, we were recapping just what we learned yesterday. So you have the opportunity to listen to a few tables and appreciate what we heard yesterday before we get into the key substantive matter of today.
Yes, good morning.
Thank you. Have we appreciated that table? Let's appreciate the table for the good one. Thank you.
Yes, good morning. From our table, what we learned is as the tripartite social partners, how are we affecting the power of cooperation by not consulting each other? We saw that in the tripartite dynamic, there's some social partners who seem to have more power than other partners, and it's affecting our spirit of cooperation when we do not consult well. So we need to consult better in order to foster the spirit of cooperation and consultation, which is also the spirit of the IRC, or in the Industrial Relations Charter.
Thank you. Thank you. The spirit of the Industrial Relations Charter and ensuring a balance of power among the social partners. We need to work collaboratively. Thank you. Let's appreciate that table.
Good morning.
Good morning.
From here, what we learned is that there is the importance of identifying and appreciating the strengths that both generations bring on board within the work environment for us to have a harmonious working relationship.
Thank you. Let's appreciate the table. Ensuring for us to achieve harmonious working relationships at workplace, then we need to be live to the fact that we have different generations and be able to work with them in a good way, accommodating the needs of each generation. Thank you.
Morning, everyone. Our key highlight is it's important that institutions take time to assess what they have and what the future needs, and also to understand the expectations of all the generation and see how all can be enhanced to ensure that productivity is met.
Thank you. Let's appreciate that table. That institutions need to be live to the future of work and the work of the future and the kind of skills that are needed and the kind of capacity building that is needed for each generation. Isn't that good that every table has proved that we learned something? Can we appreciate? Thank you. At this moment, we want to welcome our high table. We'll have, if you look at the program today, we are going to have 2 speeches from the Executive Director of the Federation, Madam Jacqueline Mungo, and the Judge of the Labor and Employment and Labor Relations Court, Justice Maureen Anyango. Then after that, we are going to have then the presentation about the labor laws, and we get into the Kenya Kotu, and we have other key people, the facilitators, our consultants, and is a room where people are very passionate about the labor laws, the industrial relations, and today we are looking at ensuring how do we get an effective labor industrial relations system and the future of work. We started yesterday, and today is the second day.